Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Pop-Up Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays for the Tuesday night slate of games in the MLB. We're going to be looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cubs as the first play of the day. And for the best play of the day, it's going to be a match between the Guardians and the Kansas City Royals. 4 total player props, with the 2 best player props being towards the end of the video. Hope everybody enjoys their Tuesday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's get into this graphic from Monday night. Pretty good day, 4-2 overall, 2-1 of the best bets. Cubs and Pirates. This one looked really bad for the first 6 or 7 innings, but the Pirates scored 4 runs in the top of the 8th, and then they added on another one in the top of the 9th. So shout out to the Pirates, 5-3 score. We did hit the over there. Salvador Perez, over 1.5 bases, has 2 really hard hit balls, one to left field, one to center field. Both of them warning track power, did not get the over 1.5 bases there. Corbin Burns, under 1.5 runs, had a really shaky first inning. Luckily, there was an error, so only 1 earned run allowed in that game in the first inning. Other than that, he was really good going up against the White Sox, so that one get cash. Mets on the money line going up against Boston, 4-1 win, was really never in doubt. Mets went up 4-1 pretty early in that game. I think it was the 5th or 6th inning, and then the bullpen came in and shut everybody else down. Luis Severino was really good through 7 innings, and then Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases. Couple hard hit balls, nothing fell for him. Ian Happ had a single and a triple, so 4-2 on the day, pretty good start there. 2-1 on the best bets though, 11-9 last 7, 63-46 year to date since the All-Star break. Let's try to get the sweep. Haven't had one in a little bit. We're going to start with the Pittsburgh Pirates once again going up against the Cubs. Yesterday, we had the over 7.5 runs. Didn't have Justin Steele on the mound, and James Talion, he threw for him in that play. Somehow, some way, we still got the over in that one. I just mentioned the Pirates. They had 5 runs in that game in the last 2 innings, so they really helped us out there. The over-under is currently sitting at 6.5 runs in this game. We have even better pitching on the mound today. Paul Skeens going up against Justin Steele. I'm going to start with the numbers for Paul because he has been vulnerable over the last couple of games pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's now given up 2+ runs in 4 of the last 5 games that he's been in. He's still pitching well, but we're used to seeing him give up 1 run or less. And over the last several games, that's not been the case. The numbers are still really good for him. 2.25 ERA, 0.95 whip. But this is going to be his 4th game against the Chicago Cubs. And the Chicago Cubs right now have been the best team in baseball over the last couple of weeks hitting the rock. He just came up a matchup going up against them where they scored 14 runs. Most of that damage was the bullpen, but Paul did give up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them being earned. I like him to struggle just a little bit in this game to help us out with the over 6.5 here. For Justin Steele, he's also coming off a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates where he gave up 6 hits, 2 runs. Last time that I broke him down because I thought he was going to pitch on Monday, I did say he probably should have gave up a few more runs than what he did the last time out against the Pirates. He's coming in with a 3.09 ERA, 1.09 whip, giving up 2+ runs in back-to-back games. I just need 4 or 5 runs in this game in the first 6 innings, and the bullpen is going to come in and do the rest for us. Yesterday, we had 3 runs scored in the first 7 innings. We still found a way to hit the over 7.5. There's a lot more things that can happen for the over to hit than the under, like errors in the field, home runs given up by the bullpen, having a bad day. This is too low of a number, even for good arms. I'm going to take the over 6.5 runs here as the play for the player props on the screen. I'm going to take Brian Reynolds this time over 1.5 base against Justin Steele and the Cubs. We didn't take him on Monday because we took Ian Happ. He did have a triple and a single, but Brian Reynolds, he also had a home run at the top of the 8th. This is going to be a good match for him going up against the left-handed pitching on the season, the switch hitter. He's hitting 276 with 12 extra base hits against the left side. Doesn't have a ton of action going up against lefties on the season, but his numbers are still really good. I'm going to take him here over 1.5 bases as that play for the best play of the day. We're going to be looking at the Kansas City Royals going up against the Guardians. The Royals, they were tied with the Guardians for the top of that division about 7 games ago. Now they've dropped 6 in a row. They're dealing with some injuries, but I'm going to take them here on the money line as the play at home. We lost Vinny at the 2-hole for the Royals. He was putting up some really good numbers this season. He was been very productive at the top of that order. We need to find a way to put up some runs in this game, and I think we're going to be able to do it going up against Tanner Bybee. Tanner, he's coming off 2 really bad starts going up against the Rangers and the Royals over the last 2 games, giving up 4+ runs in both those games, 8+ hits in both those games as well, coming in with a 3.65 ERA. Against the Royals, it was his last game that he was in. He gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 home runs. That was a home start for him the last time out. This one's going to be on the road. And both times he's gone up against the Royals, he has given up 2+ runs and 2+ home runs on the season. For Kansas City, they're going to have one of their better arms on the mound in Brady Singer, who's coming in with a 3.36 ERA, 1.24 whip, and both of these teams are very familiar with each other. I do think the Royals are going to win this game, though. They are one of the better teams at home this season, and all their players have better numbers at home than away this season. I do think Brady is going to be able to give us about 6 or 7 innings of work here, hopefully giving up 2 runs or less. He's coming off a really good game against the Astros. I think the biggest thing in this game is that we need to see the MVP of this league start picking up the slack a little bit. He's been a little bit worse over the last couple games. The production needs to go up here for Bobby Witt Jr. I think he's going to be a big part of this game. That's why I'm taking the Royals here Money line as the play. They need to win this one. For the player prop, just said his name, Bobby Witt Jr., over 1.5 base against the Guardians. The real problem facing off against the Cleveland Guardians is that if you don't get runs up on the board early on this team, against the starting pitching, you're most likely not going to get a lot of runs on the board because this bullpen is by far the best in baseball. They're nearly a full point better ERA than the next best bullpen. Tanner is coming in this game as a right-handed pitcher, and I did mention his struggles, giving up 8+ hits in back-to-back games. Bobby has been one of the best hitters in baseball going up against right-handed pitching, having a 243 batting average, 64 extra base hits on the year. Give me his over here, 1.5 as the play. For the best batting prop of the day, we're going to be looking at the Braves going up against the Rockies. I like Marcell Ozuna in this game, over 1.5 base against Kyle Freeland and company. For starters, I think it is important to mention that the Rockies, they have the worst bullpen in baseball. So if he does not get the job done here going up against Kyle Freeland, he's got a pretty good chance against the bullpen. We're going to start with the numbers for Kyle Freeland. He's coming in with a 5.51 ERA, 1.47 whip. And over the last several games, we have seen him give up way too many hits, giving up 4+ hits in 10 consecutive games, giving up 6+ hits in 6 of the last 10 games as well. He has been giving up a few too many runs, but for a starting pitcher for the Rockies, he's actually been pretty good keeping the runs to a minimum, giving up 3 runs or less in 8 of the last 10 games he's been in. The hits allowed has been a big problem this season. The home runs allowed have been a big problem this season. We have Marcell Ozuna here, who's coming in as the best hitter for the Braves this year with a 317 batting average going up against left-handed pitching. We're going to see that sinker a lot in this game. He crushes that 355 batting average. He's hitting 247 against the slider, and all the secondary pitches that we're going to see in this game out of Kyle Freeland. Marcell Ozuna is also hitting those pretty well in the season. I like him in this game, over 1.5 bases as the best batting prop. For the pitching prop, we're going to go back to someone we've already talked about a little bit this season. It's going to be Walker Buehler of the Dodgers going up against the Angels. I'm going to start with the Angels because I've said some bad things about this team, all of them true. This has been one of the worst hitting teams in baseball this season going up against right-handed pitching. They have been really bad. 224 batting average. That's bottom 4 in baseball. However, in this game, I think this is one of their only chances to be productive at the plate going up against Walker Buehler. Ever since coming back from that injury, Walker's now had 3 games, going a total of 13 innings, giving up 16 hits on 11 runs. He has not been good over the last several games after the injury. He was not good before the injury as well. He's now coming in with a 5.88 ERA and a 1.63 whip. I want to take the over 2.5 runs here because I don't think he's on a pitch count anymore. And hopefully if he's struggling, they leave him in a little bit longer. He has given up 3+ earned runs in 2 of the first 3 games back from that injury. And the Angels on the season, they have not been a bad team going up against the fastball and the cutter. That's actually one of their better pitches to hit, the fastball. They have several players that have a plus run value going up against that pitch. We're going to see the fastball the majority of the time in this game out of Walker Buehler. I think with the way he's been pitching lately, the Angels have a pretty good shot here to put up 3+ runs on him. I'll take him in this game over 2.5 runs as the play of the best pitching prop. For the home run ladder, we have not hit one yet, but we're going to be looking at Mr. Pete Alonso for the New York Mets and Jake Burger of the Miami Marlins today. Pete Alonso is going up against Cutter Crawford, and I talked about him a lot this season as well, especially over the last 6 or 7 games because he's been giving up a lot of runs and a lot of hits recently. He has had a home run problem this season, and everybody knows Pete Alonso crushes the ball, so I do like him in that game at home for the Mets. The other one is Jake Burger, and we might see a big bomb out of this one for Jake going up against my favorite pitcher in baseball, Patrick Corbin, who's going to be back on the mound. Patrick Corbin, a left-handed pitcher, going up against a right-handed slugger in Jake Burger. As everybody knows, Patrick Corbin is the worst starting pitcher in baseball. If I lose this one, I'm going to wait until Patrick Corbin's back on the mound. I'm going to take 2 players on the opposite team that Patrick Corbin's going up against, take them both to have a home run. We're going to cash a home run parlay. For the ladder challenge, we are going to go with Marcell Ozuna. I think he's going to have a good day here going up against Kyle Freeland. He does have a batting average of 317 going up against left-handed pitching. And then for the other one, it's going to be Jake Burger. Again, getting that matchup against Patrick Corbin, left-on-right battle. He's going to crush him in this one. So that's going to be the 2-man ladder. Yesterday, we lost it for Bobby Witt Jr. He could not get a hit going up against the Guardians. We're going to start up another ladder here, day 1. Hopefully, we can cash this one and move on to day number 2. But let's go take a look at the recap graphic for Tuesday's plays. We're going to be taking the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cubs over 6.5 runs. We have Brian Reynolds over 1.5 bases. Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases as well. The Royals on the money line, they've lost 6 in a row. They need to get a win up on the board. Marcell Ozuna over 1.5 bases, and then Walker Buehler over 2.5 runs against the Angels. Guys, it's going to do it. The MLB picks and props for Tuesday, September 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.